I'm Jackie from RV Blind Company, and I'm going to show you today a few things on installing pleated shades. So a lot of times they come with brackets. I don't like to use the brackets. They're harder to mount in there and things like that. So I'm going to show you my easy way of how to install a pleated shade. Basically this one right here is a night only pleated shade. And it has two cords, this one and this one. One thing you always have to remember on pleated shades, anything from this cord to this cord, there is strings in the center rail. So anything from that side of any cord, there's nothing in there. So what I do, I just get my drill, I set it right this, and this is the front of the blind that you would see. I always mount in the front. I basically take it, I take my drill away from that string, and I just drill a hole. Then what I do is I get inch, if you, most of the times I use 1¼ drywall screws, and then I just basically put my screw in there like that, and then when I'm going to mount, I set it basically up on the inside, and I just screw straight up on that, and that's how I mount all my pleated shades. If I have a bigger one, sometimes a really wide one, one thing you can always be guaranteed is if it's a 4-string like this one. Okay, there's 4 strings here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 strings still run all the way through this rail. If you drill through anywhere from here to here, you might, more than likely, you are gonna cut one of those strings. But if I know I've got one that I want to put a center screw hole in, I see what the measurement is, 54¼ I divide that by 2, I go to where it is, which is about the center, and then, let me see, this is the front. Let's say I've got the center right there, and I basically try to go towards the top. Let's put this back in. I try to go right at the top. Oh, we're falling off here. I go to the top, and I go closer to the rail to do that. So I'm going to drill right through closer to the rail. One there. Remember, from this string on you can do anywhere, and I try to do a little closer to the string so when you're up in the valance you can get to it. And then I just screw through it just like that. These are night only shades, and here is a day and night shade. And basically, night fabric, front of the blind. I come here, I go right to somewhere right about there, center of the rail, and I just drill through it. Put my screws in and mount it, and then I put my bobbins in down there. If you're installing and if it doesn't have enough tension, what you're going to do is you have a couple choices. You can either roll the string like this to get a little more tension, or you pull this out and tie another knot above that knot that you have. Whatever you tie on that side, you're going to tie the equal amount on the other side, and that will give you tension. You don't want them so tight, you just want enough that they stay up when you go. And I kind of bounce mine to see if it starts to slide down. But that's how I install pleated shades. Hi, I'm Jackie from RV Blind Company, and I am going to show you a few things about how to take the roller shades down. I always tell you that there's a little push button on the brackets, and I'm going to show you what that push button is because you have to do it all by feel. So on the very front of the bracket, I say these are the teeth, that's the back. You feel up there and you push it, and that's the push button part. So you see what I'm talking about when I'm saying push the button. Okay, so now these are considered flat brackets. When I installed these a long time ago, I installed them so I couldn't see the end of my bracket. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in a little bit later. So now I'm going to pretend there's a balance here. I can't see anything. I go up, I find my brackets. I take this button and this button. Now I'm going to do it this way. It's a little easier. And I push them in, and then basically I'm going to pull down on the back of the blind. There's one, and there's the other one. So I just pulled it down like that, and that's how they work. So let's see if I can get it back up, because it's a little loose right now. I need to tighten these up, it looks like. There they go. That one snapped in. That one. So that is what you do. Just push the button and pull down on the back of the blind, and they should pop out and you won't have the problems with it. Okay, so I'm going to show you another little thing. When I install, I install a number 3 clip just like this. I put it in the front, snap it on, and it will twist a little, and I put whatever 2 clips on this one. I hold it up inside the valance. I take an 1¼ inch screw or an inch screw. It depends on how thick the valance is and if there's cabinets above or not. And basically that's how I install most everything I do is with a number 3 bracket, because it's the easiest. But let's say you know that you have a number 3 bracket up there, which the way you can tell is there is a hole in the front and a hole in the back. So one easy way to take these off without unclipping them is undo your screw in the front and screw your back on both of your clips and just let it drop. And then when you are ready to put it back up, you just put it back up. One screw will hold it, and then you can put your other screws in. So that's one trick that I do. And basically I push the button, and when I push the button I pull up on the back of the clip. So that's when you're doing that. Now I'm going to show you a few things about clips. So all of these clips, this is considered, let me grab here, this clip right here is considered a number 1, a number 3, a number 4, and a number 5. These are all for the regular line 1 3/8 top rail, which is this rail right here. Okay? The value line has the same clips, but the value line is only 1 inch wide. So if you notice, that's 1 3/8, that's 1 inch. So basically this one's considered a number 6. This one right here is a number 7, a number 8 flat bracket, a number 9 L bracket, and a number 10 L bracket. The difference between the L brackets on the 4 and the 9 is there's nothing in front. On the 5 and the 10, they have these screw holes in front, and basically that is, some manufacturers will use that to put through the front of their valance and hold their valance on. Don't like that system because you've got a lot of weight on one bracket. My favorite is this, because when you're bouncing down the road and there's nothing in your wall, a lot of times these brackets will fall out of the walls. If for some reason you have the number 7 clip, which I'm going to show you how that works here, it goes on like that and it snaps on. If I see with my flashlight that it has one of these on, what I do is I take my screwdriver and I basically pop it off like that. And that is how I get those off, because those are that's the easiest way. So hopefully you now know how to get your get your blinds down without taking the valances off. Sometimes you do have to take the valances off, but try everything you can to not do it. On big blinds, have another person help you. each of you be pushing buttons at the same time and pulling down like this, and you should be able to get it off with no problem. Thank you.